What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Peacock's new documentary, Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. Let's rock this. Oh boy, here we go. Of course, it was just a matter of time until we are finally getting to see a gazillion documentaries made about P. Diddy ever since he got busted for his many crimes. This right here is just the first of many more that will be hitting your screen in the near future. Yes, credit to Peacock for having released this early, ahead of the competition. But that is also the problem with Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. The whole thing does feel rushed. This is like a crash course held together by strings, gums, and duct tapes. This is a very poorly produced documentary, if ever there was one. And there is no cohesive structure either, as it willy-nilly jumps from one topic to the next. I mean, between the stock images and the Associated Press archival footage and the few talking heads that offer minimal insights, this docu just screams out lacking and unpreparedness just because they are too eager to just get it out there. Produced by Ample Entertainment, Blink Films, and FGW Productions, Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy is a raw, exclusive look at Sean Combs long before he was known as Puff or Diddy. Featuring never-before-seen footage and stories from those who know him best, Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy sheds light on his childhood, rise to fame, and recent criminal allegations, challenging viewers to rethink everything they thought they knew about the mogul behind the music and the mugshot. Listen, a proper villain like Diddy deserves a proper documentary. I'm not saying that to compliment the guy. All I'm saying is that it needs to be fully researched, and it needs to really be earth-shattering, where the evidence and the testimonies are piling and undeniable, all of which this documentary miserably falls short of. Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy doesn't really add anything new to what we already know from the news on TikTok. Well, you can argue, Rama, the stuff about his tedious childhood are informative, but let's keep it real, let's keep it 100. At this point, the public are more interested in the crimes, aka the details of the crimes, what he did in those freak-offs, the details about his abuse and his sex trafficking, how did that work, how did they get away with it for such a long time, and you know, the who's who of the other A-list celebrities who are complicit. Release that list, goddammit. Name those names, why don't you? But none of those revelations exist in this docu. And Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy just mostly skims through the events and just offers one unverifiable victim. It's all shady and half-ass. Nothing about it comes remotely close to the jaw-dropping nature of something like Surviving R. Kelly that got everybody buzzing for days. I admit, the segments about Kim Porter and Janice Combs are quite intriguing and somewhat heartbreaking, but I feel like this docu still kind of fails in giving us how Sean Combs become a ruthless asshole. I mean, the whole thing about not having a daddy growing up and getting bullied as a kid and wanting to have a stage name and letting fame and fortune get into your head, well, that's pretty much the same song and dance number of every other American boy who wants to make it big. But what is that one trigger? What is that one switch that ultimately removed any shred of empathy from Diddy? Now that is what's missing and inexplicable in this docu. So yeah, overall I give Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy the rating of 1.5 out of 5. So now we wait for either Netflix or HBO to make their own documentaries about Diddy, which will most likely be miles better than this lazy crapola.